Hi guys, I know it's been a really long time since I've made a video. Like I always say, my life is very crazy, and it has been crazy the past few months with holidays and everything else. We had a scare with my dog, and things just got really nuts for a while, so I apologize it's been so long. One of my New Year's resolutions though was to get back to these videos and to make one every single week this year. So we're going to go ahead and try and make that happen. I'm going to try and not let life get in the way of it this time. Because I feel that these videos are helping people and they are very important. So I appreciate all of you that stuck around and stuck with me. Please continue to do so. I promise I'm going to be more up to date and more on top of things with these videos this year. So what I want to talk about today it's kind of complicated or a little hard for me to explain, I guess. I've been asked it a lot, and even by some children in general, but I was asked how to explain to a child Tourette's. Not a child that has it, but somebody, say that I'm around a child and I'm starting to tic. I was asked by a parent how to explain it to a child and how to explain what's going on with a person. And that's difficult because sorry, they've been a little bad lately. It's difficult because it's kind of difficult to explain to an adult what Tourette's is. I think it's only easier with a child because they're a bit more open-minded, I believe, and they don't think automatically that something's wrong, or they think something's wrong with you, but they're more open-minded with the answer that you give them. I think that it's important to tell a child what's going on and explain to them what Tourette syndrome is, because you never know who you're going to run into and what's going to happen. Sorry, my dogs are in the video. Tourette's it's tricky, and the way I kind of explain it to people who may not understand or may not want to understand it, I kind of try to make it relatable to the person. I try to, I've been asked at one time if it was like a hiccup, and I would say that it kind of is. I tell a child, like, it's kind of like when you get the hiccups. You feel something about to happen, you feel like you're about to hiccup, and if you make a noise, that's not your fault. It's your body choosing to make that noise. It's your body choosing to make that movement. And it's a very uncomfortable feeling. It's an uncomfortable feeling knowing you feel that brewing. And I believe that's something that children can respond to and that they can relate to. So I always like to use that as an example. Or I try to I try to, sometimes I explain it kind of like a cough or a sneeze. Once again, you can kind of feel that brewing sometimes. You can kind of feel like you're about to sneeze, and then when it happens, you have that release. That one might be a little trickier, I guess, but that would be a way, I think, in somewhat of a good comparison to explain to a child what it is when you're explaining to them that it's something that they can't help. But my biggest thing would be to tell them, once again, they can't help it, that there's nothing wrong with them, and that it's their brain that's making them do it. And they don't like to be stared at. Asking questions, at least for me, asking questions is okay in a nice and not rude manner. But basically I would tell them, don't stare at them, and just to explain to them, like I said, nothing's wrong. That they're okay, they're normal, they're just like everybody else, but their body moves a little bit more. It's as if they have the hiccups constantly with their entire body. And just show them that it's okay to be compassionate, it's okay to be curious, and it's okay to ask questions to you, and it's okay for you to be honest with them. If you're around a lot of people get kicked out of places because they're swearing around children, and parents, their initial reaction is to freak out, and I can't really blame them in that sense, because I can't say that I wouldn't be the same way. But if you don't know about it, people are treated very poorly, and then once somebody is at such a heightened level of hysteria, we'll call it, they're not going to believe anything you tell them. And if you do tell them that you have Tourette's, and what a lot of people go through is they tell them that they have Tourette's and they still don't care, and they still think that they should be controlling themselves. So that's why I think at a young age, if your child is asking about it, or if you know someone like me, take a minute to let them know what Tourette's is, because you never know who might be in their class that might have it one day. And if your child knows about it, then that person has a friend. That person has a compassionate child that they can get along with, and that understands to a certain extent what they're going through. So, like I said, it's kind of hard to explain to anybody. So, I would really just explain it like I would to an adult, because there's really no sugarcoating it, if you will. And you just want them to really know what it is. I don't want kids growing up thinking that it's something else, and that it just makes everybody swear, and that they're wrong, or there's something wrong with them. And so I think it's very important. I'm glad that somebody asked that. I'm glad that somebody is interested in telling them that. Sometimes I am caught off guard when I'm taking and a child asks me what I'm doing. I kind of pause for a minute, because for one, I'm so used to everybody knowing I have Tourette's, and two, it catches you off guard. Kids don't care what they ask or what they say. So definitely answer the questions. Definitely ask me. Reach out to me if you have any other questions. And like I said, explain it in terms that they'll get: hiccups, sneezes, coughs, itches that they can't scratch, or an itch like in the middle of their back that they just have to keep getting, or a mosquito bite maybe. You know, you have to keep going back to that itch because it just keeps eating away at you, and you can't help it sometimes that you scratch it because it's itchy and you don't even know you're doing it. That could be kind of like a good example, I guess. Anyways, I hope this helped. Sorry, it's probably a little rusty. It's been a while since I've made a video. Please keep your questions coming. And also, I know a lot of you are fans of my video with my husband, and I plan on, in the next few weeks, getting to do another one with him. So please, if you have any questions for him at all, or us as a couple, please put them in the comments below and let us know what you want to know. And that goes for any other subject about Tourette syndrome. If there's a video you would like to see made, or a topic you would like to see me cover, please don't hesitate to ask. I would love some more topics and more ideas on what to make videos on, and to just expand what everybody's learning out there. So please remember to like and comment on this video, subscribe to my page, and please, please, please share my video, because you're only helping everybody else out there finally get a voice and finally get the word out about Tourette syndrome, because we have a lot more work to do, and I plan on making a big step in advocating this year. So please continue to help me by sharing this video. Thanks, guys.